Let's talk about a huge shift that's happening all around us right now. It's this move from owning things to just, well, accessing them. It all started in our digital lives, but now it's taking over the physical world. And you know what? It's happening fast, especially right here in India.
So, let me ask you a quick question. Just for a second, think about your day-to-day life, the music you listen to, the shows you binge watch, maybe even the car you drive to work. How much of that stuff do you actually, truly own versus how much of it do you just use? The answer might really surprise you.
I mean, for over a decade now, we've gotten super comfortable with this idea, right? Our music isn't on CDs, it's on Spotify. Our movie collection isn't on a shelf, it's on Netflix. Even our dinner perks come from subscriptions like Zomato Gold. This was, you could say, the first wave.
But here's the thing. That was just subscription 1.0. It was all happening on our screens. Now, we're right in the middle of a much bigger second wave. Subscription 2.0 is literally breaking out of the digital world and changing how we think about physical things.
So what exactly is the subscription economy 2.0? Well, at its heart, it's about choosing to access things instead of owning them. And we're not talking about apps anymore. We're talking about cars, furniture, appliances, all the big-ticket items we always assumed you had to buy. It's a massive shift both economically and culturally.
So, the big question is, why? Why is this happening now? What's going on inside our heads that makes paying a monthly fee for something we'll never actually own so appealing? Let's get into the psychology of it, especially for millennials and Gen Z in India.
Okay, reason number one is a big one: flexibility and freedom. Think about it. Careers today aren't a straight line. We move cities for new jobs. We take breaks. Being tied down by a huge car loan or a ton of furniture, that's starting to feel like a liability. Subscriptions give you the freedom to just go whenever life changes.
Reason number two? We're just over the hassle. Let's be real, ownership comes with a lot of baggage. You've got maintenance, repairs, insurance, and then the massive headache of trying to sell it later. Subscriptions just wrap all of that up into one simple, predictable monthly payment. It's a minimalist's dream, really.
And the third driver? It's all about getting access to aspirational lifestyles right now. That huge upfront cost for a new car or to furnish an entire apartment, that's a massive wall for most people. Subscriptions tear that wall down. They let you enjoy the lifestyle you want without having to empty your savings account first. Okay, so that's the psychology behind it. But this isn't just a theory, right? It's actually happening all around us. So let's look at some real-world examples of how physical goods are turning into services. Let's start with cars. The hassles of owning a car in India are, well, they're huge. And that's exactly why major brands like Maruti Suzuki, Hyundai, and MG are all getting into car subscriptions. For one monthly fee, you get the car, insurance, maintenance, everything. No down payment, no loans, no fuss. And it's this same story with furniture. For the millions of young professionals who move for work, buying a bunch of bulky furniture just doesn't make sense. Companies like Furlenco and Maruti are solving this problem. You can furnish your entire place with a few clicks, and when you're ready to move, they just come and take it all away.
This trend goes even deeper, like right into your closet. Get this, fashion as a service. You can now subscribe to a constantly rotating wardrobe of designer clothes. It gives you variety, and it's also a big push against the waste of fast fashion. It's pretty revolutionary.
Now, this whole shift isn't just about us, the consumers. Companies are actively and very aggressively pushing this model. So let's flip the coin for a second and look at why businesses are so in love with the idea of subscriptions.
For any business, this model is built on three incredibly powerful pillars. First, you get predictable recurring revenue, which is way more stable than waiting for one-time sales. Second, it builds insane customer loyalty. And third, maybe the most important, it gives them a gold mine of data.
Think of it this way. The whole game changes. It's not about a single transaction anymore. It's about building a long-term relationship. A company has to keep proving its value to you month after month after month. Or guess what? You cancel. That constant need to deliver is what builds really deep loyalty.
And that brings us to the most critical advantage of all, the data. Subscriptions let companies see exactly how you're using their stuff. This means they can personalize your experience, figure out what you need next, and make their products better in ways a traditional business could only ever dream of.
So we've seen the why and the how. We know what's happening now. But where is all this headed? Let's look into the future a little bit and see what's next for the subscription model as it keeps picking up speed across India.
So what's coming next? You should watch out for three key things. First, hyper-personalization,
where you can build your own custom subscription bundles. Second, the rise of super bundles. Think Tata Neu that combine everything from groceries to flights. But this leads to the third point, which is the biggest challenge, subscription fatigue.
Because as absolutely everything becomes a subscription, we might just get overwhelmed by all the different monthly bills. The companies that are going to win in the long run, they're the ones that provide so much value that their service feels like an essential utility, like your water bill, not just another optional expense.
All right, so after digging into all of this, what's the one big idea we should really walk away with? When you boil it all down, what is this entire economic shift really about?
Ultimately, this is about a fundamental rewiring of what we value. It is so much more than a business model. It's a cultural statement. The old desire to own stuff is being replaced by a powerful new desire to just live, with more freedom, less hassle, and way more rich experiences.
And that leaves us with one final thought. As this trend just keeps on growing, what's the one thing in your life right now that you wish you could just subscribe to instead of having to own outright? Think about it for a second. The possibilities are pretty much endless. So yeah, the rise of the subscription economy 2.0 is way more than just a trend. It's a fascinating look into not just how we buy things, but how we're choosing to live our lives in this incredibly dynamic world.
To explore more deep dives just like this one, be sure to visit us at www.multigyan.in. And hey, if you found this explainer valuable, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more. Thanks for watching.